to give off the left side. Gets away from one, finds room. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker into his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Beck. Unloads to the wideout. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! He'll try to tack on one more. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were really disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement against the Bruins.
I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th-quarter game.
You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Pitt pushing the pace. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Keeps the legs moving. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play, their ability to go sideline to sideline, right at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep.
Yeah, it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back. Inside the 50. He's inside the 40. Able to stay on his feet and get the ball to the 21-yard line.
That's how you do it. Cause the fumble, scoop it up, try to put it in the end zone. How about the big fella getting down the field? He didn't score, but flipped the field completely and now set this offense up in a position to score some points.
After getting knocked back to open this drive in 2nd and 12, they move the tight end all over. Handoff to the lone back. And he'll make his way out of bounds after this.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. That ought to be enough to give Pitt the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll ride the hot hand. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Back to pass. It's back. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Georgia going up tempo. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
He wants to throw here on second down. Fires to the big fella. He smashes his way through again. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is done.
That's a right ball. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know. Defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They'll run it from the gun. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking to throw. He caught it. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
Great throw, great catch. I know you smelt the pylon. You wanted to get in the end zone, but now you got first and goal set up in a great position to succeed.
On first and goal, let's see what Pitt does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Pitt.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the tight end. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. On the move at the 30. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Toss sweep to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Look, at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there.
Hey, that's a live ball. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you what, that one stings a little bit. You're trying to get a drive together, trying to get some points to dig out of your hole. Now you turn it over right before the half. All the momentum shifts straight to the other side.
They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. The Panthers want to pick up the tempo. Give to the running back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Offense in the hurry up. They'll try the right side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Scanning the field, it's Holstein. Throws for the tight end. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I love that play call. Quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
He's got the tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Hand off to Jones. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he tacks on the extra point. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll return it. Just trucks through it. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air, it's Holstein. He hurls one deep down the left side. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. Pitt will kick off, ready to get things started here in the third quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Dogs! And that one will give him the lead.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Going for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Panthers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Sometimes... not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. First down for this offense. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Off the play fake on first down. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but
shotgun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Back to pass, it's Beck. Coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Georgia comes quickly to the line. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He wants to take the top off. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Got some room to run. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Panther.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Smith. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You're going to be a great player. You've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He makes a catch. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. The give from the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Looking to throw, it's back. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, the offense trying to be aggressive. They're throwing the go ball down the sideline. Just a better job in coverage defensively forces the incomplete.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. Not a big window, and that throw was money, and they've got it at the 30.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Fighting off the defender. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I don't think the defense was expecting run on that play. 2nd and forever. They were all dropping back into coverage. They got gashed.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line, and this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Bulldogs in the hurry-up. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Deep shot for the end zone. Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. D coordinator's got to love that.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Using his legs, it's Hammond. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Give to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because it made
open runway ahead. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they knew how to close the deal, rolling double nickels in the 55-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Wants to throw. It's back. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Pittsburgh, 35. Georgia, 21.
Fresh set of downs after the completion. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure coming. On the move, he fires. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. But this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Bringing it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Now they'll try the right side. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. At midfield, he's got room. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time, they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and attack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Handoff to the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying the left side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. They'll try the left side. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Looking for a man. It's Beck. He'll take another shot here. And it's picked off for the third time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Now on second down. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Got a little space. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. They're getting this guy lathered up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Hit right back to the line. On third down, going up top. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's back. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
On second down, looking to throw. A strike downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this two-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
They get to him as he throws. Wide open downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He's looking to throw it. Fires it. Makes a connection. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back to the 13.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are, it's late, everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Fires into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
I love the way this defense is fighting down here close to their own goal line, right? They get a sack on the first play. Great coverage on the second one, knocking it away. Here comes a huge third down. Can they do it again? Can they come up with another big one?
This is a big field goal attempt as they try to get back to within one possession here in the fourth. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Just over 20 seconds to play, and they must recover this onside kick to have a chance. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field more most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are
Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Today, a ranked versus ranked matchup as a couple of top 25 teams get set to go jaw to jaw. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And he's going to run it back. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. To the air, it's Holstein. He's going to fire deep. Fires and picked off. That kind of play can really get you going, not only on defense, but the great field position for the O at the 37.
And I tell you what, defensively, you want to set the tone, and you gave up a few plays, but bowed your neck, got a big turnover. That's what you dream about. You dream about forcing a turnover, especially on the first possession.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Power football with the run. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped. A gain of 6. Georgia going up tempo. They give it to him again. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Would have just been a 47-yard field goal attempt from here, but they're thinking touchdowns and trying to move the chains here on 4th. Fires to the middle. And the ball is intercepted.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
A 3rd and long coming up here. To the air. It's Holstein. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, when you know a pass is coming. You worked on it all week. Get your feet set at the sticks. Understand that quarterback's got to be rushed. Get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Does this head coach not believe in punting? Does he think punting's against the rules? On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. They're bringing heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. We're lucky that one hit the ground.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
On 4th down, going to the air. He's got him, and they convert. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Pitt pushing the pace.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Back to throw. It's Holstein. Unloads to the right. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field, around midfield, going for it the wise move. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Fires the pass, intercepted. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Here comes the offense on first down. He wants to throw. Release to the back. Grab near the marker. It's Frazier. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On second down, he'll fire. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 30 long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit...
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Georgia! Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy.
Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Pitt. And once he got loose, it was all over. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. I mean, he makes some big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And he puts through the extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Bulldozes his way through. And he coughs it up inside the 20. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, this kickoff unit, they've got heat-seeking missiles running down the field with bad intentions. They hit that return man with authority, and that's what popped the ball loose.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback checking the play.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Firing to the right, complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Trying to get the edge on the toss. Breaks the tackle. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate.
And they got him for the sack.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. You got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack, though.
They go to the ground. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Looking to the big tight end. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit.
They'll start this drive with a pass. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough. They get run by, he makes the catch, and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top, because this guy's speed is a problem.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's Beck. He looks that one in nicely. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Ball at the 31, 3rd and short, coming defense trying to rise up. They'll try to get it through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. Listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He's going to bring it out from deep. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive.
Off he goes. He's at the 40, the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's back. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. going up top on first down. A shot for the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Humphries. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Trying to get to it. And he just wore out his welcome in the pocket. Stayed in there way too long. A coverage sack for this defense. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking to pass on second down. Fires toward the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
QB overthrowing an open guy like that, that is just a kick in the gut for this team.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Here comes the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. It's good. Easy call for the ref. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, it's Holstein. He hurls one deep down the left side. He can haul it in, incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't make the connection going for a big play on first down.
When I'm an offensive coach, I'm going to take shots. I'm going to take those 50-50 balls, and most of the time I'm going to trust my wide receiver to come down with it. The defensive back said, no, sir.
Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll go to the counter. The Bulldogs get enough for the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here, they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Evans. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Dogs with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Spits it out to the back. And they can't make the connection.
Listen, I would get rid of that thing fast, too, if I've been sacked that many times today. They're coming every angle. Everybody's coming. They've got to be the whole day. Can somebody please get my back?
Little touch pass to the receiver. Fights off a defender.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down or else they are really in trouble. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Oh, it's a reverse. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run, to try to make the defense over-pursue, but no Oscars being handed out on that.
Getting some heat. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. Georgia going up tempo. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt, first half it looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And he's going to try to return this one. He's not even going to make it to the 20, much less the 25. He'll mark it out of bounds at the 18. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They'll leave it with the lone back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. They'll go right back to it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
No doubt offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Makes his connection. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th down. 2 for 3 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
And the The offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50.
Touchdown, Georgia! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
Man, talk about playing complementary football. You get the sudden change, you get the turnover, and now you turn it into points immediately. Nice job by the defense forcing it, the offense taking advantage, putting points on the board.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner is stopped. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
And here comes the offense on second down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Georgia 31, Pitt 28.
They'll go right back to him. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Pitt right back to the line. On the move, it's Reed. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
I think because of where they are on the field right now, close to midfield, made that decision a whole lot easier for the head coach to decide to go for it on that fourth down.
At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there and make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him one to the 14. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's the handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Pitt! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And he makes the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Smith. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't get on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
Looking downfield, it's Beck. Fires to the right. Hauls it in. Running toward the tape. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
They had a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride. Gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
It's first down from their own 23-yard line. They'll give it to him again. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Looking for a gap. It's Reed. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The give to the back. They'll make the stop right there, but Pittsburgh moves the chains and they have a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Leaves it with the running back. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. A run to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Looking to help the kicker out on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 59-yard. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now.
No doubt.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Looking for more room. He'll finally go out. Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Gamecocks will put total leather to crank us up. Fielded in the end zone, it's Evans. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The offense set for a first down play. Trying to get the corner. Oh, what a move. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And that's something this offense is going to try to do in this game, and they're doing it early. They want to establish the run game. They want to be more physical. They want to control the line of scrimmage. That's how they're going to attack this defense.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollack.
It's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. Georgia comes quickly to the line. The corners are walked up tight. Turning to the running game on first and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First down here for the offense. To the ground with the back. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Takes a handoff. It's Sanders. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. They'll try to run for it. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Got a man. It's Urasek. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Georgia going up tempo. The give to the tailback. Oh, the ball's on the ground. The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They'll run it. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll try it over the left side. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. They'll try it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these up. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. No huddle offense to the line.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them, and I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. It's complete on the right side. At the 45, on his way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Looking for space, it's McDowell. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Gamecock. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. And the returner will be brought down.
And your Georgia Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10.
Final play of the quarter coming. Going to the ground. And a short gain here in the 1st quarter will come to a close.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. South Carolina 7, Georgia 3.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Dropping back, it's Beck. He makes the grab. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Smith. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. They put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Movement here from the tight end. Wants to fire on second down. And the quarterback is snowed under. And it just seems like there's a little more oomph in a hit like that in a rivalry game, David.
Man, yeah, and you have to love it in these rivalry games when you get those big licks. And, Jesse, you make a statement. You make a point.
Yeah, you're right, David. I mean, I just feel like in rivalry games, everybody's playing a little bit faster.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia! That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. And I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Floyd. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. They'll go to the ground. Still running at the 40. Got a lot of running room. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Running to the left. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly. To the ground to try to move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try to pick up the first. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Lofts one high and deep. Brings it down on the right side. Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Dogs. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Bruce, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Floyd. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They'll leave it with him. Finds a crease at the 20. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. Smashes through. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecock.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown and get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Finds his tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. They'll immediately call timeout. 2nd down now after the sack. Looking for a man. It's Beck. He'll take the deep shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. All kinds of time before he fires right. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Love the play call by the offensive coordinator. Always love being aggressive and trying to take shots, but that play worked because there was zero pressure coming from the defense. Quarterback had all day to scan the field.
Snags it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
4 verticals was one of my favorite routes to throw as a quarterback because it works against man coverage and it works against almost any type of zone coverage the defense throws up at you. Great job of execution there by the offense.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And he tacked on the extra point. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Coming out with it, it's Floyd. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the comes out throwing on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Floyd. And he's out of bounds at the 24, a yard short of where he would have wound up with the touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Can anyone catch him? The 30. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? As the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Running behind that left side. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. Second and 7. The Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry up. They'll give it to the back. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, South Carolina. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late. But at least you got the party started.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. And the ball is loose on the return. Almost a disaster on that return, and they jump on it, and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that, and the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Classic pressure coming from the defense's right side, and they get the quarterback to the turf.
And that's what those defensive ends in a 4-3 do. Those guys know how to get after the quarterback, play on an edge. Nice job rushing the passer, getting off the football, and getting to the QB and getting him on the ground.
On the run, it's Frazier. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at 12.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Connection to the right. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the shotgun. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Bulls his way forward. And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. Wide receiver coming across in motion. to throw. It's Beck. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Georgia! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're just about ready to kick it away. Bringing it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops forward and get you the football game.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking for room. It's Sanders. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. And the Gamecocks will hustle to the line. Right back to the well. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. The completion well past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Gamecocks are marching down the field.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
After the misfire now on 2nd down. Back to the ground game on the left. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On the move. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Georgia 31, South Carolina 21.
No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. And the Gamecocks moving quickly to the line.
And those 4th and 3, 4th and 4 situations are really tough. Is it a passing situation? Is it a running situation? And I really got to see my keys go get it. Defense was just a step slow. They give up a 4th down run.
Give to the running back.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the lone running back. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks! That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they need. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 31-28. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Motion from the offense. To the air, it's Beck. Quickly to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
And with a lead like they have here in the 4th quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Georgia.
This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Great protection and down.
For this offense, you wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Gamecock.
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play in the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Fielded in the end zone. It's Evans. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like...
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw. It's Beck. He wants a big play here late. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Snagged in the middle. It's dealt to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Trying to find his man on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air. But a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught on the outside. It's dealt. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this third and short. Feeling some heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. On fourth down, looking to pass. Pressure coming. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment.